I'm Melissa Tulloch and I'm here with Ismael, and we are just going to have a little talk about what events are going on in the world today, and we are going to have a little talk about that, and then we're going to send some healing, love and light to the world and the situation that it's in right now through some light language transmissions. And if nobody knows what light language transmissions are, it's the language of the soul, and it's the purest essence of love. It comes from, we channel multidimensional beings through us and set intentions to like heal the world. So I hope you enjoy, and yeah, let's start talking about what we were speaking about today.
Yeah, one of the things that we've been talking, Melissa and I, is about the importance of not being in one side or in another side of war, either supporting the Russians or supporting the Ukrainians. We feel important to make a call for humanity to support humanity in general. So it's not about what is the media showing us, because they want to usually manipulate what they want us to think. And it's more about supporting every human being, because as we well know, there are good people everywhere. There are good people in Russia, there are good people in Ukraine, and everywhere around the world. So today we would like to send light languages to them, to these areas where we are having conflicts in the planet. And we would like to send this love to everyone, really, not one side or the other, because we believe that it's all about raising awareness. It's about raising consciousness. And by raising consciousness, we take perspective. And by taking perspective, we can see what we are doing right or wrong. All that humanity inside us blossom, and then we can discern what is the best things to do in every situation. We have to take into consideration that many soldiers are being pushed by the government to just be there at the front line. And many of these soldiers, as we have seen in the media, they don't even want to go to war. This is something that we have, Melissa and I, we've been following the media, but the media coming directly from the people themselves. We are talking more about social platforms where you can hear or see videos from the own people talking about what is going on in every single sector or area. And that's what we want to do, Melissa and I. We want to make a big call to all humanity so that we start sending love to everyone, to all the higher selves from every single person in the world, so that the higher selves can take this energy and then use it for the goodness of everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like when we've seen in the videos, there is so much love and so much light from all of the humanity, like from the Russians and from the Ukrainians and from the humanity. And it's just about raising awareness that people are waking up to the old programmings, and people are not being manipulated as much as they used to be. Like, I think all the governments and the media have just been shown for what they truly are, especially now that we all have a voice and we all can come on different platforms and tell the people what's really going on in the world, not just what's being portrayed on the media. And And that's just a beautiful thing, just to see so many people awakening to the fact that we do have a voice and we are going to share it. And I can just feel like this massive shift in consciousness already, even though the people of Ukraine are going through a war zone and Russia are being hit really badly as well, with like limitations and sanctions and everything else. There's still light there, there's still love there, and they're still seeding it. I came across this image of the Ukrainian men swarming a Russian tanker, completely unarmed. It started with a few men, and then all of the men started joining in. None of them were armed, and it was like the most peaceful thing that I've seen as well. And the Russian army didn't do anything about it either, because they don't want to do anything. They just want peace. Everybody's just wanting peace. And yeah, it's just about sharing that awareness. And even just the things that have been going on in the world, like the peaceful protests in Canada with the trucks, that was portrayed to be something that it wasn't, through the media as well. And I think people are slowly waking up to the fact that we're just being told lies and corruptions to keep us in a fear-based mentality, to stop us vibrating at a higher consciousness and to take us off our paths. So although, yeah, we're going to send love to humanity, but we want to keep the vibrations high and send love to everyone, and just know that we've just got to trust the process and surrender to this, because it's all a plan for a new world and everything in it.
Exactly. We have to also take into consideration that this is something that has been going on, so it needs to consciously come out to the surface. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but these problems have been there for a while. If you follow the history of Russia, if you follow the history of Ukraine and the countries around that area in the border, you will understand why everything is happening today. But this has been going on for a long time. Usually the media that we get from the most famous channels in television or radio, they are being manipulated, and they tell us what they want to tell us. And so what is going on today, we feel very powerfully that is something to truly raise the consciousness in the world, to raise the vibrations in the world, to understand that for once and all, we have to say no to war. And I remember when I was attending to these webinars in 2012, that through other channelers, they were getting these messages already that a war was about to happen, and then that war that was meant to happen was postponed and postponed and postponed, because we didn't want it as a collective to really go to war. But this has ended like this, in the way that is happening today, because there was this need that was being channeled so often. At the time, this was channeled by a gentleman called Jim Charles, and these channeling messages, they were related to that, to the need of another war, so that humanity can reach the level of consciousness that we need in order to ascend. So in nowadays, after postponing these events, which are terrible, really, I will never be a pro-war person, but I do understand, after years and years working with energies and with the human consciousness, that there are certain things that happen to humanity that have a reason behind or underneath. And that reason is to become better people, to become better persons, each of us, not only one area of the planet or another area of the planet. And this goes not only for the war that is happening in Ukraine and between Russia and Ukraine. This is for every single war in the planet, for every single place where they still fight, like in Palestine and Israel and many other places in the world, that they've been on and on with conflict after conflict and fighting after fighting. This is for everyone, really. This is not that we are just thinking about Ukrainians and Russians. We are thinking about humanity. And our call today, Melissa's call and my call today, is to please do not fall in one side or in the other side. Remember that there is only one side, and it's the human side, it's the human race. We have to really raise our awareness and consciousness that this is about brothers and sisters that have the right to live, have the right to have a peace in their life, to have a life like everyone else. These are times not for heroes. It's important for you who are more related to the army. It's important for you to stop being heroes and to start being more humans. I'm not against armies. I believe the army should be there to defend a country, but not to attack another country, not to be attacking another country just because. I think an army should be part of a country, but just for defense matters. What is important is to raise this awareness so that we end with these silly attacks, which at the end, they have a big reasons behind, as we mentioned before, coming from history, something that has been going on for a long time. But yeah, we need to see it, and everybody needs to see what is really going on and appreciate what is going on in the surface, so that we can set a solution all together. Yeah. And this is for every single place in the world. We do not discriminate anyone. The contrary, we feel like the human race is one race, is the human race. I mean, we are all interconnected. In our groups, we often work with energies as well, and we do these grids so that we can support all humanity. We do the meditations, we send, we use light languages to also support the whole world. We even send this energy to the politicians so that these energies can reach their higher selves. And whilst they are sleeping, or whilst they are having some moment of thoughtful moment, or a meditative or a meditation moment, so that they can get that raising in consciousness as well, that might drive them more into common sense and to a more humanitarian choice and decision. So yes, this is not about going in the wall of duality. We came to this planet in a world where we had to choose always right and wrong, black or white. This is about transcending duality, focusing in the people who are on our house, our planet, Gaia, Mother Earth. Yeah, we are all living in the same home, so we need to take care of each other, really. And this is a big call for most people, so that they don't go to one side or to the other. Stay centered, stay in your hearts. Don't let these messages. It's really hard. It's really hard because these news are very impacting. The situation is really harsh, and it's really terrible to see them. It's shocking to see them, and it's so easy to opt for one side or the other. But once again, the key is to stay in the middle, and the key is to trust the humankind and to send love to all of them, because that's the direction we are going in. That's the direction we are taking. We are going into that direction with ascension of the humankind. We are getting together. We are getting to understand in conscious levels, or reaching the awareness that we need to really start sharing this planet. And there is food for everyone. There is money for everyone. There is water for everyone, if we truly share everything that we have in our home. So, yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna let Melissa, maybe she wants to add something to this. Maybe she can add something to this as well, or go straight to a live language transmission. We are going to do one live language transmission. Melissa is gonna go first, then I'm gonna go after her, and then we will do one together. And so I'm gonna let Melissa go ahead.
Thank you. You basically just said what I was going to say, but it doesn't matter if you're from China or from Africa, if you're part of Europe or if you're not part of Europe. It doesn't matter where you're from, what race you are. That's what's happening now. Like, the human consciousness is growing, and we are all one, and we need to remember that we are all one. Like you said, Ismael, like, we're all part of Gaia, and we need to look after it. And the fact that countries still don't have running water, that most of us take advantage of, most of us don't even think twice that we have. It's time for us to just share all that, like, all across the world, because no country should be classed as poor or rich, or there's plenty of everything to go around for everything. So yeah, well done. Okay, I'll start with the light language transmission. My intention is to seal, to seed love and light into all aspects of the world, so that we can bring more peace and consciousness to the world. Erinitia koyanatia koyanatano toya kiyamata aya koya shanatia kano toya kiyanatoya kamatia akoshanatia no toya matia koya kanatano tia o koyanatia no taya natia o koshanatia korenatia koyanataya Aya koyanatia koyania natia koyanata akosha natia natuya kimia teya kiyanotoya nitia akoya karinataya koyanatia oya shanatia natuya koyanata akoya natia shanoya ka akoya nataya koyanatia akoshinitia koyanatia natanyo notoya kianatia netia Okoya nataya notoya meatia natoya kienetia notia koyantia. Akoya nataya koyanetia konatia koyanashanatia. Akoya natia konoeka. Akoya natia konoetia natia koyanataya koyanatia koya shanatiaka. Akoya koyanatia. Akoyanitia shinitia koyanitia koyanatayo koyamiantia. Akoyanitia natoyanatia koyanatano toya kanatia. Akoshanatia matia koyanata. Akoyashiniata yamatia natia. Okoyanatia nataya koyanatia natia korenitia tia koyanata. Ashanatia. Ashoyatia natia koyanatia natia natia kayana toshia natia koyanatia. Akoyashinitia. Akoyashinitia na koyamea natia koyanatia. Ashonia koyanatia. Oshoyanata. Oshikiana toya koyanata. Akoyanatia kayanata.
Tina kubai supa yo kwa katati o nakwa ye sienta kuoche shaka onta ye shiawate. Te atawa te ana o tie ki kua taiwa. E se kita tu mai si ana weta ki kawa tia tu mai e te akawa. Sene tawa ne tawa ne awa i e tawa mai ki awa tatai sine ki awa tatai na. Sene te si anawa nene sawa i se tawa te kiata. E mata senta wanti e ki ato se kua te si sete. Sene ka hana naro masi e se anawa tene. Sene rena ka haia na kua ia tai e takawa pati tai suku e te ti. E ne ka kua ti ne ki atu mata se shanana kuma se sene tia. Se sentia na o mahana tia ne ki tata tu mai sata ini ki awa mai kuku a tachuku tu me. Ene tacha on taika antai ana waya taisi ene tishakawa neshe ta ko mai shana ana tai sana e sawati se te ko te si ona kita ta utia tau e se na wa tai ne atama kuta te sakawa te ane. Se sente ki ane ki na ta wati ne te te anakwa i te se ki anata. Ti ana wai ana hui te ki e te si anako ti shata ti anaka wa ti shana wai te.
Beautiful. We do one together.
And now we go with the collective one. Ti sha we te aku.
Aye, tia koye na taya kaya tia. Oye na tia koye ni tia no, oye na tia no tia, oye na tia koye. Aye na tia no tia koye na tia no. Aye na tia koye ni tia no.
Shuka wata wa mai. Ta come se siamo e se na se segue. Come se mama che se tu shu dice te chiede mama chuka tu bakash Tanama kushenak wai te kakutini chisintama esine tataina hana esan takahao hoti sesha kuete tesetiene hati ese tapa ihate shaka wati keki kiana kuhata esata neka tata santa uma ene kiana kuma tesene nekiti. So yes, a big call to follow your hearts. Don't choose sides. There is no need. There is no need. We've been programmed always to choose a side. These times are not about choosing a side. These times is about understanding that they've been bombarding us with information so that we always choose one side or the other. But they don't want to take us to that middle point where we know that we find always peace. Mm-hmm. So it's about getting into that middle point in everything. You know this. Mm-hmm. Go into your heart, meditate, and you will find this all the time with everything. It's not about going to one extreme. It's not about going to the other. It's about going always in the middle. And in the middle, you feel the balance. And in the middle, everybody has the same. They have abundance. Why? Because we have this connectedness that allow us to see beyond things, that allow us to see beyond duality. And this vision help us to share and discern and understand how we can equally have a little bit of everything, each of us. Yeah, and we have plenty, actually. We have plenty for everyone.
I seen a lot of green energy when I was channeling, which just confirms to me about the heart chakra, like it was opening up a lot. And the message that I kind of got was just to drop all the judgment, drop all the anger, drop all the taking sides, and just fall back into love. Think with your heart, not with your head. And everything that you do, before you go to judge one side or the other, it's just to open your heart and stay centered. And just follow your heart, follow what your heart is telling you to do, what your heart is telling you to say. Because I know there's a lot of people that have almost been desperate, or they've wanted to share their story, their side of the views on social media platforms, and I encourage them to do that and speak from their heart, because slowly but surely everybody will start realizing the absolute nonsense that's being portrayed to us. And
definitely. And understand also that when people come out in this social media platform, they are also speaking about their truth, sometimes their truth that has been suppressed. Just as Melissa said, some of these messages, they might come out with anger, because many people are having for the first time the opportunity to share with the world in a social media platform, in a platform that is more accessible to everyone, what they think and what they've been feeling, not only about this war, but about so many things that have been going on in their country. So it's important that we start allowing our brothers and sisters to also talk and have their own opinion, and understand that if you let them have their own opinion, once they release that tension from inside, that pain from inside, they will leave that space that we live when we have some catharsis, that we have that space where we can heal. Why? Because we have released all that tension that didn't allow us to really live life to the full. Something was stopping us there from even noticing the inconvenience that other people were having as well. So it's once that we share with the world, once that we release that tension, that suppressed information that is inside, is when people also start being more able to become themselves, what they truly want in their hearts, because they have been putting layer after layer from pain, from suffering, from fear in their hearts. So when they express themselves, it's a huge step from them that they are doing by coming out there and sharing with the world their own opinion. Let them have their own opinion, please. Let them have. Don't jump into them. Let them talk. Let them express themselves, because eventually, gathering all the information from every single human, we will be gathering all the information that we all need on one hand, and on the other hand, we are allowing them to be part of the wholeness of the one human race. For that, we need to be able, for once and all, to also express ourselves, whether it's about something negative or positive. It doesn't really matter. The important thing is that they are, for the first time for many, able or having the chance to share with the world what is going on over the decades and hundreds of years in their countries and in many other places around them, in many levels as well, that often are very difficult to reach unless you have a very close relationship with these people. So we are making a step further and a step forward, which is very positive, which is societies and people from different countries are having some voice, something to say. And that is very important. That's the first step. Allow people to have something to say. They might be wrong, they might be right, but let them be. Let them be. If you make a comment, don't put down these people. Let them be, because maybe today they are thinking that way. But after releasing that negativity, after talking about things that they have had suppressed there over the years, they might need only one day to realize that they say the previous day in that video wasn't right. But they just needed they just were in a situation where they have so many layers that they couldn't see that by themselves. And just by coming out, becoming part of the whole human race, they heal part of them, because expression is healing. And through expression, we make these steps towards understanding. And that's what we need as a human race. We need to talk more. We need to communicate more, so that we stop being ignorant about what one brother or sister is going through in one part of the world or in another. Through communication, through understanding this video, through these videos that they are not being manipulated by the government, we listen to our brothers and sisters, and we can get into an understanding. We can approach peace, and we can reach together to a solution. But we need to first listen to each other. We truly need to let people talk and express themselves, and listen to each other. This is a must. And Melissa and I, we make a big call about this, because from here we will change as a whole, as a one macroorganism. And we've been wanting this for ages. And we, as light workers, this is our role. This is our job to do here on Earth, is to support people to understand that this is not about fighting. This is about reaching understanding, reaching the unification. We are calling and talking about a universe. Universe means uno. Uno means one. Universe, once again, is one, uniting, unification, come from the same word, uno, unification. So it's becoming one again. So this is what we are here to do. We keep doing this. We meet, Melissa and I, every Thursday for the English speakers. I run another group on Fridays for Spanish and Portuguese speakers. And this is what we do. We try to bring more awareness and consciousness to the world. And we are not saying only let's be peaceful, let's become hippies and that's it. No, we come from a foundation. This is what we bring in our groups. Or when we do these sort of gatherings, we bring things that make sense. Why? Because or we've been channeling these messages, sometimes because we have been all week, Melissa and I, chatting about these issues, and then we want to share it with the world. So it's like we have had a brainstorm, and then we decide at some point that all the information that is coming through us, it should be really just spread around the world, and people deserve to know these beautiful things that come through us, regarding peace and harmony in the human race. This is something that many of you might know already. So this is more a message for those of you who are not aware about this, because we have to take into consideration that some people are in one level of awakening and some other people are in a different level of awakening. Many people are still focused on what their mind think only, and other people are more already in that awakening where they are sharing feelings with emotions and feelings with thoughts. So when we put them together is when we find the alignment. That's what everybody call or speak about: alignment, kundalini, chakras in balance. All of that is the harmony between the different levels of consciousness. And we are just here to bring what we can, what is on our hands to bring to humanity, so that we can reach also in a logical or conscious level how to approach or reach that middle point where we can all be together and in peace and harmony.
Yeah, that was lovely. The only thing is, like, I wanted to say as well is, like, we should honor these people's bravery as well, because unlike here in the UK, where we have like a lot of freedom of speech to express ourselves however we choose, there is governments around the world that will penalize people and their families for just expressing how they feel. So that is a huge blockage for people. So, like, if people are actually standing up and speaking their truth from countries that are heavily governed by the governments, that is so brave, and I honor you so much for speaking up and speaking your truth, because you're showing the world what it's like, and so that we can help you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
thank you.
We honor everyone because we consider that everyone has a role. Once again, even if at the surface, when you're watching one of these videos in social media, the video seems to be negative, but if they are expressing themselves, once again, understand what Melissa just said, that they might have been suppressed for God knows how many years. And this video that you might be watching might be the first time that person have had the chance to really share their truth. So understand that not everybody have the luxury to say what they think. In many countries, they are restricted and it's forbidden to say their own truth and to speak openly. Thanks to internet, thanks to social media platforms, we are more able in nowadays to listen to each brother and sister in the world. So yes, we honor every single human being who is participating on this. Once again, we made this call also for those videos. Do not judge them tremendously or in having like a negative reaction as as an answer, because they might be just expressing that pain that they have had for so long, and when you less expect it, this same person, this same woman, this same teenager, this same child, this same man might change their mind in terms of seconds after expressing all these things. This is just because they've been repressed, and when you have been repressed for a long time, anger is one of the most natural reactions from the human being. We have emotions, and the different emotions, they come to the surface depending what situation you are. If you are in a free country where you can share and express everything, you will be more likely to be in balance with yourself. But if you've been restricted from saying your own truth, you might have been for a long time maybe in one of these two extremes, maybe like being really peaceful about something but not knowing how to reach that middle point, or being with a lot of rage and wanting war and fight and revenge. And then once we speak up openly, we let the space for the middle point to come and to get into the common sense, really, and say, no, this is not about destroying a brother from Ukraine or a brother from Russia. This is not about a Palestinian. This is not about someone from Israel who deserves to be in one side or in the other. This is all about peace. This is really about the middle point. So please, let's transcend polarities and let people talk and communicate, because through communication, we will reach the balance in this planet. And we are getting there. We are really getting there. Even despite the facts that we are listening, despite the difficulties we are living, because of what is going on, we are taking these steps as a collective human race towards the understanding. This is something that if you go into these revelations from people who have been channeling for the last 20 years, for the last 50 years, you will get information regarding these times we are living today. You will see how this information was already there, and everything that is unfolding was meant to happen. If you go backwards to listen one of these gurus or how do you call the, like, Nostradamus prophets or channelers who bring messages to the or revelations to the planet, they were already talking about this war that we are living today. They didn't know between which countries, many of them, but at the end of the day, this is not a war between Russia and Ukraine only. This is about NATO and Russia and then the rest of the world regarding the economy. So it does concern all of us, and that's why it's having a massive impact in everyone. So we are awakening. So give a space and time for everyone to awake, so that they can take their time to also heal their wounds and also wake up and understand that it's not about one side or the other, like we said.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this. It's been so enlightening. I loved it.
Thank you, lovely.
And I hope everybody else did as well. And thank you for listening. And if you like this video, then share it or comment. And if you want to hear more, then comment, I guess.
Yeah, you can get the if you want to hear more, you can reach the description of these videos, and
Yeah.
you will see there how to connect with us, or how to contact us, how to reach us, and also you want to participate in these light languages groups that Melissa and I we run every Thursday. Yeah, you are more than welcome, and this is what we do. We talk about how to raise awareness, human awareness, having these human chit chats and human brother to sister talking with or talks with the soul. It's about that. It's about, as we say, talking with each other and understanding each other and putting our hearts together and send love to our planet. Another message I would like to give to everyone, a big call, is also please pray. If you speak light languages, use your light languages to send love to all these people who are in conflict or having problems. Instead of commenting something negative about a video that you see in somewhere in any platform, social platform, send them love, wish them well, so that they can get into that middle point. That is going to be much more helpful than if you write something nasty there. Get more into that common sense that we all share. This common sense is not Melissa's common sense or my common sense. It's a common sense that all humanity share in our hearts. That's why it's important that we go to our hearts, to that level, because there is where we feel, there is where we process and we understand that this is not just about having sudden reactions, attacking someone, or choose the path of try to understand that not everyone is in your same position. Like we say before, not everyone has the freedom to speak up and say their own truth. Not everyone. So give them some chance to release that tension, to release all that has been building up over the years and decades and hundreds of years even in that people.
And the thing is, we've all been there, whether it's in this lifetime or the last lifetime, or like we've all been in this situation where our voices have been suppressed, or just like through past lives and everything, where we've all maybe had suppressed voices and we've not been able to like openly share it. And like for the time of like discrimination and attacking somebody is completely over now. Like I hope for it to be completely over, and I totally agree with what you said. Like, why can't you take that attacking victim mode and turn it into something positive, turn it into a prayer, send healing, send love, send light to that people who may not understand today, but they might understand tomorrow or the next one. So we've all been in this situation. We've all been there, one shape or form. We've all been there, and we've all grown and learned from it. So let these people grow and learn as well.
In spirituality, we call this planting the seed of light. So instead of attacking, attack is very easy, really. Getting into an argument is really, really easy. What is not easy is to process the information and transmute the information, like Melissa said. But the fact that it isn't easy, it doesn't mean that it's not doable. It doesn't mean that it's impossible. That person might have reasons why contain that anger inside. You you will get there. You will understand that by giving that chance, instead of commenting negatively about what that person say, if you send them a hug, or you send them, we are thinking of you, we send love to all of you, some messages of hope, some messages of peace, you will see how this seed that you have planted there, it will help them. And maybe not suddenly and not straight away, but as we mentioned before, maybe tomorrow, a month later, or maybe my seed, the one I planted, plus the seed that Melissa planted in that person, plus someone else's seed, and another seed, and another seed, all together are powerful enough for that person to wake up and understand that there is another option, which is the middle option. And the middle option is peace. The middle option is balance. The middle option is harmony, and not based on nothing. It's based in everything. Because once you reach the middle point, you connect with everything. You connect with nature. You connect with your fellow brothers and sisters. You connect with so many things, and you find that peace that you need. Your body, your soul is craving for that peace, for that harmony. So give them a chance. Give them a chance, and give yourselves also a chance. This applies to everyone, no exception. No exception to everyone, really.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa, and much love to everyone. Yeah, like we said, you can reach us in these places that you will see in the video description, and we will be with our arms open to receive you in our light languages groups, or for anything else, just ask. We'll be here at service. Tiana kuota ishini akumta ishuata intakiata.
Ayoko yena tia koshone tia kano toye kia kuna tana toye shi kanote parinoto koshineti.
So these were blessings to all of you. Be in love and peace now and forever. But yes, there are messages of peace. There are messages of blessing everyone. So when we do a blessing, we manifest also that we are all equal. Everybody deserves to be blessed. Everybody deserves to be blessed. Everybody deserves everything. So that's what this light languages messages at the end were meaning. Love to everyone and be in peace and harmony. Choose that. It's always a choice. It's always a choice. Tiana guata, tineta, payaneta.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.